Hello, friends, and welcome back to No Quest for the Wicked. You might be thinking, what is this voice I'm hearing? And you're right, Dane has bamboozled me. He got me to sit in his chair, and by TTRPG law, I am now required to GM this entire campaign. So
it's genie rules, baby.
Yeah, he got me. He's been trying for a while, but he's been unleashed into the player sphere, and you're all going to regret it. But excitingly, we're also joined by a guest today. So, Shenuque Tissera, you are one of my favorite TTRPG players. So I was really excited when you said yes, because everything I've seen you do has been wonderful. And would you like to introduce yourself?
That's so nice. Oh my god. Hey guys. I'm Shenuque. You can find me on My First Dungeon most of the time, and this is going to be so much fun. I've never played Starfinder before.
Yeah. So on that note, have you played like Pathfinder before, or are you completely new to like Paizo systems?
Yeah, completely new.
Ooh.
I haven't played Pathfinder before.
We just threw you right in the deep end, huh?
I'm excited to be in the deep end.
I'm surprised by how completely chill and competent you were then, because you literally were just like, yeah, I'm good. And it all came together. So I was like, oh, you probably played Pathfinder, you know.
Nope. Not a single play.
I love it. I'm impressed.
We'll see how it goes.
But yeah, if you want to check out Shenuque, go to... I started with Orbital Blues, which was like such an experience for me, because I went from laughing at what is like a pretty silly backstory in episode 1, and then going to like actually blinking back tears in the final episode on the way to work, like cycling into a fucking brunch shift. I'm like, I'm going to show up with like red eyes. People are going to think I'm insane. So thanks for that.
Oh man, that's so nice.
Or paint the town red, which you're doing right now, which I'm very excited for. So, but let's get into the action, guys. Dane, Ryan, you've been very quiet. How are you doing today?
Good.
Oh,
I'm good.
Excellent.
I missed going to space. I'm excited.
Yeah, we're all in the shuttle right now on the way up, which is why you might hear like turbulence. People occasionally passing out from G-force.
This is the season where we're going to do Foley, or like mouth Foley for everything that's happening.
Yeah, constantly. But yeah, I'm going to hit you guys with a little descriptor, get you into the world that I have planned, and then we'll go through your characters and see how they fit in this world.
Sweet.
Welcome to Bosco. This planet was discovered 80 years ago by the Boss Corporation and, due to its high levels of rare minerals and ores, swiftly became the jewel in the company's crown. It was strip mined aggressively until worried scientists discovered that any more digging would ruin the integrity of the planet, and the corporation, never one to give up on an investment, decided to turn the honeycomb remains of the planet into office space instead. High-rises and office towns cluster between gigantic strip-mined chasms sustained by artificial atmosphere generators that, while keeping people alive, are pretty harsh on your lungs. Bus lung is the affliction's local name. Pay is low, the corporation takes housing out of your wages, after all, and the planet itself doesn't have much to offer. As a result, the central dock hosts a stream of starships, merchants knowing that misery is the best sauce when it comes to selling product, and unscrupulous crews looking for new members who will work for pennies just to escape. This was before the drift collapsed. Suddenly everything changed. The larger ships, unable to sustain themselves for long without drift engines, were stranded alongside their crews. The smaller ones, capable of interplanetary travel, got the hell out of Dodge, but not before extorting everyone they could fit on their ships first. The situation on the planet is grim. There are far too many people for the atmosphere generators to sustain, turning uncomfortable conditions into something a hair's breadth from disaster. Bosco no longer pays their employees, instead offering them first choice of whatever meager supplies can be brought into the planet. Those without jobs get the scraps. The only hope for the desperate folk on this planet, crammed into bunk beds 6 people high in communal dorms, is to scrape whatever miserable job you can in the hopes it'll get you somewhere, anywhere else. 3 of those people are you. Dane.
Yeah.
I know you've been itching to be a player.
I'm so excited.
You get to go first. Tell me about your, what I can only assume is some kind of nightmare.
I am playing a witch warper, which is a long realized dream for me. His name is Dota Toll. Mm-hmm. He is a Warlancy, I believe it's Warlanacy. They're little blue guys. Yeah. They're like little cool space blue guys. They're kind of like Kasatha. They got 4 arms. They got these like crazy horn things that are like psychic receptors that they They can like do telepathy and like receive information. So as a result, they're kind of susceptible to mind affecting stuff.
Okay,
They take a little bit more
down.
damage. Oh yeah, mind thrust will fuck
Perfect.
me
Okay,
up.
great, wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What else do they got? They have they're like all about luck. Desna is sort of like their main patron as a people. So they're sort of like gifted with extra luck effects, which will come into play when I describe what he's all about. But he's got two. Yeah.
Desna's the god of luck. We should explain ourselves a
Yes,
little bit more than normal because we've been playing Paizo games for a decade.
Desna is the patron saint of like luck and gambling and fate and stars.
Let's be fair.
so-
like the majority of people listening also don't know who Desna is. So yeah, we should be better at describing in general.
Yeah. So they've got two really cool abilities that I really like, which they're kind of busted, to be honest. One is called Warlanesi Gamble. Anyone within like 15 feet of me, I can get them to roll twice on a skill check, attack roll, or saving throw once a day.
Okay.
I can just
At
like
level 1?
Constantly, yeah.
Yeah.
I do love that. Like,
damn.
you know, these are busted. When Dane took me aside the other day and was like, "Hey, you can say no." And he just was like gave me a
you
little
cool
list
with
of
these?
them. And I was like, "Fuck it."
I don't feel bad about my shit then. Okay. we're
I'm
good.
sure. Hey, I'm sure I'm gonna regret all of this, but let's go.
And then Warlanesi Luck, which is the first time I roll a nat 1 every day, it's actually a nat 20.
So dumb.
On our show? You're letting him use that ability on our show, Niall?
Yeah, I know. We roll a lot of nat ones.
We have people doing mathematical equations being like, how?
Yeah.
So
a rival podcast must have like cursed us or something. Like, I don't know what is.
we don't have any rivals.
We don't.
So the concept behind Dota is he's it shifted a little bit from my original plan, but he is a demotivational speaker, and he's brought in by companies to sort of like lower morale so that people lower their expectations and like sort of crush unions and stuff like that.
Is this like an overt thing? Like,
Really
does he
good.
come in and like get up in front of like 100 people and go like, "Hey guys," and like do that? Or is he like a plant where he's in the workforce and like he just kind of like fucks shit up from like within?
It's very much like a high school, like everyone
Okay,
goes to like
yeah,
an
yeah.
auditorium, and I'm up there and I'm like, I've got like real cool music and stuff. So it's very much like
I'm just
a
imagining
TED
like
talk.
an Apple like product launch.
Yeah, it's like a TED talk sort of thing, but like
Miserable.
I focus heavily into intimidation for the demoralize effect, and so it's very subtle and it's very like I just sort of like say things that are really depressing in an upbeat way, and people are just like, "Oh fuck, this sucks." At least that's what I used to do until a dude named Xavier Daniels shows up and kind of like takes the demotivational speaker world by storm, and I get kind of like pushed aside. I'm like old school and he's new school. I don't really know what that looks like.
I cannot wait
but-
for you to tell me though.
So he ends up like showing up and he's like the new hot guy. He's the new it guy, which is fine because I never wanted to be the dude who brought people down. I wanted to be the guy who brought people up. So I took that as an opportunity to rebrand. And that's kind of why I'm on this planet is like I'm planet hopping, looking for places to rebrand into a motivational speaker, because I believe strongly in the idea of manifestation and, you know, believing in what you want and like going after what you want. And that is because I'm a witch warper, but I don't know it. So witch warpers are people who can affect the reality of space and time and essentially like rip into alternate dimensions and make things true. He doesn't know he has that ability, so he thinks he's literally manifesting through like the power of you know, positive thought, things that are happening. So as a result, I also took the Witch Warper like alternate class ability. So I don't have their like bread and butter. I think it's called Infinite Worlds.
Yeah.
I have the Infinity Lash,
Okay.
which is a weapon that I have, which will be sort of like fate manifest.
Does
in
that
terms of,
work like a attack lash where it's like 10-foot reach kind of deal? Or
Yes. So the way it works is I can expend spell slots to increase its range. I can increase its damage. I can use it to deliver touch spells. But in Flavor World, it's all going to be alternate reality things that I'm manifesting to protect myself. So it won't ever really be like a weapon that I'm using. At least not at the beginning. I don't know where this is going to go.
So fucking me neither.
Maybe I eventually figure out how to like control it, but it's very much going to be like, oh, I've picked all my spells based on like things that could happen accidentally. Like I have like Jolting Surge, which is like I'm going to push a dude and like his electronics are going to explode or whatever. So that's going to be the plan there. I took the bouncer theme.
Okay.
Only because it's got like a lot of
intimidation based shit.
Yeah, intimidation and like I can sense motive and detect lies. And that was like kind of how I was. I've rationalized it as like that's how I'm able to like demoralize people. Is kind of I can like kind of suss them out. I don't think. I mean, like, is there anything else you'd like to know? I think that's
there's one very important thing I would like to know, which is your campaign trait. So for everyone at home, I thought it would be fun to make some campaign traits for this little mini campaign, and I decided to do them based on a lot of like corpo speak. So like malicious compliance, which is something that gives you bonuses versus mental influence and a bonus to stealth to pretend you are influenced. Customer service voice, which gives you a bonus to diplomacy, or per my last email, which is a
so good
being able to threaten someone or intimidate someone again, even if you failed.
And that is what I'm taking.
I kind of figured based on the heavy intimidation lane. I actually probably should have gotten the three of you to talk beforehand about them, just so no one was stepping on toes. But you know what? It's too late, Dane. You just went and snatched it. So per my last email, you've mastered the art of threatening people, even if the original point was missed or ineffective. So once per 10-minute rest, you can re-roll a failed intimidation check at a -2.
Especially because intimidating is my bread and butter.
I almost made that, don't you know who I am? But I thought per my last email was more fun. I think that just about does you. Shenuque, it's your turn.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool.
Dare I assume you've also made me some kind of nightmare?
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll find out in the game. Cool. I am playing a soldier android.
Amazing.
His name is, I think I'm going to go with they, them pronouns for this character.
Oh, actually, I forgot to ask about Dota. Is Dota, what pronouns for Dota?
He, him.
He, him, okay.
His name is just Dill, D-I-L. Actually, if Dane's name is Dota, maybe I should change that to a different, so it's not DD. Okay, I'm going to change his name to, I was going to say Brexit, and I'm not going to do that.
Fuck yeah, call him Brexit.
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, his name is Brexit.
I'm just going to have to try to kill you every episode now, though.
Yeah, absolutely. You should. His name is Brexit. They are a soldier. And so I think the backstory for him really quick is he once was a very like violent, good soldier, was good at his job, good at his work, but had like ended up in this part of the galaxy. The way like his soldier credentials got transferred over, it like doesn't translate. The way like if you're like a PhD in like Iran and you come to America, everyone's like this isn't a real degree.
We don't recognize that.
Yeah, like you're not, and like so nobody like can actually like nobody believes he's actually a good soldier. So he's been stuck like doing janitorial work across the galaxy on ships and crews.
Amazing.
And it's just like trying to convince people he can be violent, but no one will let him be violent.
Which fighting style did you take for?
Such a good question. Battlemaster?
Battlemaster. Okay, nice.
Nice. Yeah. Let me do the enemy and ally thing. I think one enemy that my character has is the guy that like fucked with his transcript or whatever, and like made him unemployable as a soldier.
Was it intentional?
Yeah, I think it definitely was intentional, and it's this guy Liam.
Okay.
Fucking Liam.
Do you know why?
Fucking Liam. I don't know. I don't think Brexit knows why Liam did it, and is just like unsure. Like Liam is also just kind of like this. Like he knows Liam did it, but doesn't know exactly what. Or who, like Liam, yeah,
just
it could be
Liam's,
just like getting Liam's, like just are you a fucking Liam? And has like fought many Liams and
Incredible.
has really, really fucked up a lot of Liam's lives.
I really hope Ryan's character is called Liam.
No, man, I wish.
And then I think one ally is like not a friend, but just like will like believe, like, you know, like when you're talking to like maybe a guy that is just like crazy, is like, yeah, sure, man, like whatever. It's like one of those people. And her name is Tallulah.
Tallulah? Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And she just kind of like nods
She
along.
was like,
She's
yeah, like you're just like you're
you
like
are a
regular
soldier, buddy.
Yeah, dude, whatever you want. Like, do you want to buy more bagels?
It just look like that's the coffee shop. That's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Dan, I guess I didn't really go through your friends and allies specifically, so I'll hop back in at the end.
Yep.
Because you gave me the one who I assume is your enemy, the guy who took.
Yeah, Xavier Daniels is 100% my enemy. Yeah.
And
Xavier.
with your android, is it mostly like, because you can kind of like flavor it however you want. So are they very robotic? Are they more like human-y?
I think they're like
technical term.
They're supposed to like, and like, I guess because I've played this game, like androids in this world are like, they're kind of like their own race and like people are chill with them, right? Yeah. I think mine looks incredibly, no, that's stupid. They look incredibly like, they look human. They're just like brown skin, black hair. The only thing that like is androidy about them is that they have like a big port to like charge or whatever, like on their like neck or something. They're just like
cool
right there,
right front.
Yeah, right front.
Oh yeah,
it's all cool and chill. And then campaign traits, I think I was torn. Ryan, do you have any? I was torn between customer service voice and no chairs for you.
I think I'm good. I did not choose either of those.
Okay,
I'm pretty
cool.
Sure. So you're good. You're good.
So I think I'll go with no chairs for you.
Cool.
Seems very...
I really wish I had a better name for that one. But it's just like, you know, they won't give someone working behind the desk a fucking chair for God knows what reason.
Totally.
That's what it is.
Desk.
That's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for some reason, you've never been allowed to sit down at work. You have legs of steel +1 to athletics. I think that works for a soldier.
Yeah, I think that tracks.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, diploma. I really, really like the as per my last email, just because it's a great title for a trait.
Thanks. In terms of your soldiering, are you going to be more like melee focused, range focused, a little bit of both? Do you know that yet, or
not entirely sure? I think I'm leaning towards melee focused. Cool. But man, I love range.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about soldiers is you can do them both. So feel free to have one of each. You know, Dane. Just very quickly, who's your ally?
My ally is Zuri Rizpa. She's my agent. And she's very like chain smoker, like not good at her job, but good enough that like she keeps getting me like in the door, but it's at places that absolutely do not want a motivational speaker. So she's getting me gigs, but ever since I sort of pivoted, so she's not super pumped about my career change, but you know, I've been with her forever. So it's kind of, there's that, like, she still wants me to do well, because if she does well, if I do well, she does well. So that's kind of our relationship.
Awesome. I would love if everyone could message me the species that these people are. Obviously not Liam, because you don't know. If you know what the species are, drop them here, because I don't know. I want to know what Zuri is. You said Zuri, right? Rizpaw?
Yeah, I want to find like a
frog?
Like a froggish, yeah.
Yeah, it's a frog name.
There's a frog one there, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll find what that one's called.
Aren't there Gripleys? Am I crazy?
Yeah,
they're frog.
Or you know
people.
what? Maybe
yes.
Brunani or whatever.
Brunari, the otters.
Yeah, the otters.
Yeah.
I think the otter is going to be it. And then Xavier is Olashunta for sure.
Okay, perfect. Do you know what Tallulah is, Shenuque? Again, you don't need to have that now, because I know there's like a million fucking species.
I was gonna say Vesk.
Vesk, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Now, Ryan, introduce me to your special brand of chaos.
Yeah, I made Big Bird in Space.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's who I am. So my character's name is Kalalalu Liskola.
Perfect.
Kalalalu. And they are a really cool alien called an Espracasa, something like that. So they're a 7-foot tall bird.
Okay.
And sort of they're another Desna call out. Like their whole planet is like, for those who listen to our old main show, it's like the opposite of Merrick's world in the sense that it's a big lush planet where
No
everyone's happy
sandworms.
and friendship, no sandworms,
Hate
everyone is
meditating.
kind to each other. They love joy in life. They love people. They love like exploring. So whereas Merrick went out and had to like temper himself into steel, Kalalu, they go out and they just like explore the world, and they go out for like a decade, couple decades, doesn't matter. You have to come back with a big, cool story. Like the goal is to come back and you can like be around the fire and tell your epic tale of all the cool things that you did. So when Kalalu went out into the world and once again loving people, and then they came across a job called human resources. And they thought that meant that the humans, like individuals, were very valuable resources. And this was the management of making people be their best person. How to get the best out of everybody. So they took a job, signed a contract, and now they want to die.
That's so good. That's so good.
Yeah. So Kalalu, now they're in HR. So especially on this planet now where there's no, like, everyone is dying and like, it's just terrible. She's literally firing people and like, which is more or less a death sentence right now.
Yeah, basically, like once the drift shut down and they realized that like business was not really booming, like a lot of people got let go as well.
Yeah. And Kalalu really wants to be let go, but they're the best at firing people because I'm an empath mystic. So like Kalalu is just really good at like talking to people and figuring out what's going on with them, and like that's sort of their calling, and they hate every moment of it.
Amazing.
So yeah.
Do you know how long you've been on Bosco for?
Well, probably like 5 years.
Amazing.
Like once again, signed a contract and was like, I'll do this for a little bit. Humans are the best, or people are great. And it's like, oh no, I have to work off how much more money? Because, like their species, they don't do contracts. Like they just look for the best in people.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm also, because I'm an empath and because of my species, I'm also weak against mind affecting effects.
Yeah.
I'm writing that down. Hold on.
Yeah. Put that in your notes.
There's going to be a lot of Liams with a lot of mind control powers.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm a mystic, which is sort of a space cleric.
Hell yeah.
More or less. But my main thing is empathy, so I'm good at detecting thoughts, and like I can make mental links with people. I have some healing stuff, obviously. Yeah, and my theme is bureaucrat, which I also hate. So just like, once again, has to be good at their job, doesn't know how not to. And my best friend is the little tiny plant species. There's like a species that they're literally like tiny sized plant people. So like little Groots. That's my best friend.
Amazing.
Hold on, I have their name written down on another page of my notes.
I really thought you were going to be like, it's a big elephant thing, like an imaginary
I thought
elephant.
about it, but like I don't know how that would fit. And if there's one thing I love in the world is hot goss. So my best friend, his name is Gixel.
Gixel.
They're a little tiny plant, and they just hang out in a flower pot, like in the office, and they've just been there. And I sort of discovered them, and they just listen to all the hot goss, and then they share it with me, and that's how I have an edge in my meetings.
Amazing.
I thought you said hot goth.
No, goss.
This plant is a
gossip.
hot goth.
And I was like,
I'm-
what the hell are you talking about?
Dane, I'm Ryan, you're Dane. That's a different,
I was like, same, but like, I don't understand why this plant
No,
is.
hot gossip, baby.
Can we make
So
this
is my-
plant also a hot goth?
I guess, yeah. A tiny hot goth plant,
Just wearing like fishnet arm.
Other leaves.
but also no one knows they're hanging out in all the plants. All the plants are goth themed.
That's
Yeah, why are there fishnets on all these plants? Why is the plant just covered in fishnets?
They got,
Eyeliner.
they got a real cool nose piercing.
Eyeliner, yeah.
Yeah.
Why is
So
there
yeah,
a
Gixel.
chain with a wallet in the flower bed?
We're just best friends. Yeah, they tell me what's going on in the office, and I sort of feed them and take care of them, and they just hang out. They just sort of just got stuck here and don't know where to go.
Amazing. So they're not an official employee?
No, I
Amazing.
don't think so. Yeah, but maybe they were at one point, and then just enjoyed this more so.
It sounds better than my job.
And then my arch nemesis is creepy Carlsman, is what I call him. His name is Carlsman. He's that kind of guy you just get nothing but terrible vibes from. And it's been years. And I'm just waiting for him to step over a line so I can just get rid of him, but I just can't. Like, they're just really good at being a fucking menace to society, and I just can't catch him. I'm just waiting to find a reason. You put me and this guy in a small room and give me a gun, I'll kill him. But like, I got to do it by the book. So I can't. Yeah. So my goal in life while I'm on this shitty planet doing this shitty job is to get this guy fired.
Incredible.
Yeah. And my campaign trait, I went with make it through the day.
Okay. Awesome. I guess that is just fitting. You've trained every day just to make it home. You can mask boredom or feign a smile when needed. So +1 to bluff.
Sweet.
Not deception.
Not deception.
I know the rules.
Honestly, I read it, deception, and I was like, oh, that must be something I'm forgetting about. Because no. All right.
No.
Oh, good, baby. We're on the same page.
In terms of like, what are you armed with? What's your... Because I guess you're obviously going to be casting a bunch of magic.
Yeah, I've got a gun, and I can cast Mind Thrust, and that's all you need to know about me.
Hell yeah. That's all you really do need.
Mind Thrust is like the best level 1 spell.
It's just one of the best spells. It's just a scaling damage spell that just does a big old beefy amount. Dane loves casting it on us in season 1.
Yeah, it was a spell I bullied the boys with in season 1 a lot.
Yeah.
Now it's my turn, Dane.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's Kalalaloo.
I love it. So with your empath thing, do you get, because I know when I play the Mystic, I got like glitter dust I could throw in people's eyes. What's your like special thing you get?
I believe it's just like mind connecting with people. I got Detect Thoughts as a free spell and class features. Yeah, so I also have empathy.
Cool.
So I can attempt to sense motive on a creature as an action. And then I succeed, I gain a bunch of bonuses against them. So like, once again, it's like I'm getting ready for a meeting. I would stare at their profile and read about them, and then I would get a +2 bonus to bluff, diplomacy, intimidate, sense motive.
Cool.
And then it makes me weak to mind affecting effects, which I think will be a theme.
I really I gotta change all my guys to just be mind affecting.
Yeah.
I guess. No, I wouldn't do that to you.
Yes, you would.
I love it.
Dane would.
Yeah. No, guys, you two are cool. This is my getting revenge against Dane season, so I'm not even going to target you guys ever.
Cool. All right. I also have a fly speed.
Okay, what is your fly speed?
30 extraordinary.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's when I heard about Dane's luck stuff. I'm like, oh, cool. I can have a fly speed
with average maneuverability. Who knows what that means?
I have no idea.
How do you?
I have a climb speed if that matters.
You actually do?
Yeah.
Great.
20 feet.
What? How do you guys know each other? If you know each other, what's the party dynamic?
I'm sure I used to be the one who had to book Dota, like to fill my quota for like events for my office. So I would probably book Dota for them. And maybe I noticed that you want to help people more so than hurt people. So I kept on booking you even when you were doing less, because I secretly want to help people too. So I probably booked Dota a couple times.
Yeah, I cleaned the events.
Yeah, Brexit is just on our floor. Maybe Brexit knows about Gixel as well. Like in the plants in the office, and we just sort of keep the secret, and we both hang out with Gixel, and it's like cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, totally.
And that's how we know each other. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess when Dota came to town, which was recently enough, you booked him an event or two. Brexit has a janitorial job after the show. Have you met Dota backstage? How was that?
Yeah, I was pissed because Dota made a huge mess that I had to clean.
There's a lot of like confetti cannons.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, stop.
Brex, I'm sorry, I didn't approve confetti. He
brings it every time.
It wasn't in the budget.
Just an obscene amount, like a dangerous amount of confetti.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like Dota's a diva, like behind the scene after pre and post show?
No, he's chill as fuck. Okay. He's very in his head. When he was doing the demotivational thing, like he was very like he get really bummed out afterwards, being like, "Man, that sucked. Like I'm a shit person." And now that he's like motivational or like trying to be motivational, he's like, "I don't think that worked. Like that wasn't enough. I need more confetti."
Yeah, he makes up for it in confetti.
Did you swap from depressing confetti to more like lively, like bright colored confetti?
His stage show hasn't really changed much. It's delivery, or like it's content, not delivery. So like his demotivational stuff was always like high energy.
Yeah.
Because it was like subvertive. Now it's high energy and it's meant to uplift. But I think it just doesn't because of this, like the scenario in which people are in. It's like bringing happiness to depressed people doesn't necessarily always work. It's very like veiled, I think, and a lot of people call that out immediately, or immediately they're like, no, I'm not dealing with this. And I think that's why it's less effective. It's because like it's easier to like beat a person who's down than it is to pull them up, and I'm finding that to be a harsh reality to my career change.
Does Dota have a catchphrase?
He will.
I'm so excited.
I haven't figured it out yet, but it'll be terrible.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
When Brexit was a soldier, was it for like an established like army? Was it for like a private like force, a mercenary crew? What do you think that form of like soldiering took?
I think he was a mercenary, which I think fits into the mercenary theme. I think he like Liam's company was like, it's like almost like a temp agency for mercenaries of like, you go fight for them right now, and like that kind of.
Okay. Was he a merc with morals, or was it just kind of like any job?
You know what? Yeah, any job. Hurt me, Niall. Do it.
Okay, all right. And Liam was part of the crew, so it wasn't even just like a third party thing. It was like he was part of the company that when you left, like perfect.
He was just like Liam was like who everyone was like, oh yeah, like Liam's sending us out here, but like no one knew or like met Liam. But like that was
just a voice behind a computer screen.
Exactly. Yeah. The silhouette of a person.
Amazing. I don't know if I have any question for Kalalu. I feel like that's pretty...
Kalalalu,
sorry. I forgot Allah. Do they have they have to come back with a story? Is there a story they want to come back with? Like, what's their dream? Because obviously this isn't it. Do they have a realized dream, or is it more...
The fact that this planet is like so close to riding against this corporation, I feel like she's just waiting for a reason. Like if someone was like, hey, today's the day, we're gonna go buck wild, just waiting, like just sitting, like the fact that they have to pretend to be happy and like on board with the ideas here just like kills them. So like as soon as someone's like, oh, I think there's a riot, like kicking in, like guns blazing, like just waiting to burn this place to the ground.
Just one day away from going postal.
Oh, like when the Drift Crisis happened, I think that day they were like, yeah, this is it.
The news came in, like, and she just reached below her desk and clicked the safety off.
Just like ripped everything, and it's just like, yes. Then it didn't happen, and then she got orders, and she's like, okay, guess we're still, so just waiting for the moment.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen the bunk beds on submarines?
No.
The ones that are like recessed in?
They're recessed in, but they're like, it's like a bed and like literally just enough space for a person lying down, and then the next one. So it's like you're basically like touching the bunk above you.
Oh, yeah.
That's where everyone's living right now.
Ugh.
I'm 7 feet tall, and I have a big beak.
And don't worry,
so many feathers.
They have not accommodated you.
Oh my God.
It's terrible. And I think, do you want to hit me with some knives real quick, or do you want to send them privately? How do you guys feel about that?
Most of mine have come out in what I've sort of talked about. Like for me, it's that idea that I need to get out of here to like do my calling is a big thing for me. Also the fact that I get paid to ruin people's lives. Like there's probably a lot of people who hate Kalala Lu because, she's in HR. They have to, so they're probably a hated person, and that drives them crazy. I think I had one more written down. I'm just trying to get up my notes because I accidentally exited them.
I was like, my job here is done.
Oh, I have a very judgy mother.
Ooh.
So I have the opposite. So you know how your mom's like, oh, you're an actor. Like, what do you? My mom's like, you have a corporate job. You have a set income. You get benefits. What the fuck?
You could have been an artist.
Yeah, like so
been a
mad
podcaster.
What do you mean you're the only one who still has their job? What are you doing? Yeah, like just so upset that I'm in the corporate world.
Damn.
That's so funny.
Still calls me all the time just to out.
Your brother's out there finger painting, and you're in an office?
He's been living in the basement for 35 years, and we love every second of it.
Dane, I thought you were going to say finger banging.
I also was like, whoa, who's he fingering?
She would probably be like, yeah.
Keep me away from that plant. That's all I'm saying.
Hot god plant. Dane, this is the second episode in a row you've done something weird to a plant.
It's true.
You gotta stop.
Yeah, your brother has how many children he's not fathering? It's incredible.
That mom's a bad person, I think.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Still a bad person, just a different outlook.
Shenuque, any knives for me that weren't kind of...
Yeah, I mean, I think the big one is like the having like a skill that no one believes or respects, and like I think even like Dane and Ryan, if you guys can choose if you want to believe if Brexit's a cool soldier or not, that's you can hurt me with that too if you want.
I think I believe in you.
Is that your catchphrase?
It might be the starts of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kalalalu's the same kind of vibe where they believe in you. You haven't proven it yet, but like, you know, yeah, you can be whatever you want.
I think that deeply frustrates Brexit. Makes them really upset.
Don't worry, all it's going to take is one combat of you going pew 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 pew, and we'll be like, oh,
Unless it goes poorly.
Unless it goes bad.
Which is known to happen on this show.
It would be really funny if the first combat, Dane rolls in that one, gets a crit, takes care of the first guy, Kalalu gets rid of the second guy, and Brexit's just standing there like, God damn it.
Damn it, I was going to do something. That'd be hilarious. Let's pray the dices give that to us. And then I think another knife for Brexit is like I think a lot of the androids that they kind of came up with and grew up around, like they kind of like knew who like their like family was and like knew who made them. And Brexit doesn't and is like in this constant state of like, are you my dad? Kind of vibe of like being like, why don't I have this thing? Mm-hmm. And I think that, it's just like a question of like,
where did you come from?
The classic robot question of who made me?
Yeah. Which is funny because I also played an android in season 1 with that exact.
Yeah.
I think that's every android, dude.
Every android wants to know.
I came up with it and I was like, hell yeah. And I was playing Apex and like Pathfinder was like, who made me? I was like, fuck, I'm not original.
It's completely unoriginal, but it's fun.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
It's classic for a reason. Amazing. And Dane, anything about Dota that has yet to be revealed? Also, I do have to clarify. You did say little blue guy. Are you saying that affectionately, or are you saying they are in fact small?
He's small.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. His like size is small.
Hell yeah.
He's not a medium creature.
I thought he was medium, so this makes me even happier.
No. He's like, I think he's like 3 to 4 feet tall.
Nice.
Yeah. His knives are like any opportunity he can to inspire someone, he's going to take it because it's not just a business thing for him. Like he really does believe in it. Like any sort of like downtrodden, he's going to like sort of like really weigh against the pros and cons of like the situation and go for it. He believes strongly in like protecting people as well. He's done a lot of damage. So that's going to be a thing, is like looking after the average person is a big thing for him. And then trying to like anything to do with Xavier Daniels, he will do his best to discredit and like disparage his name for any possible opportunity that he has any chance to fuck with Daniels. He's gonna do it. He's petty as well. Like he's really, really good at bringing people down. And if you get on his bad side, he will verbally lacerate you. He doesn't want to do it all the time, but like if he's pushed too far, he will cross the line.
So much like Kalalalu with a gun, you're just itching. Even
you're
ready. It's like if the moment comes.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like immediately after it happens, he's like, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, fuck, I should have done that. But yeah, that's his big weakness. Is like, and it's not just like necessarily for him. Like if someone is bullying someone, his way of like uplifting them tends to be, I'm gonna put this person down 10 times worse than what he's doing to you, kind of situation.
Yeah.
And he's not proud of that, but that's just like his bread and butter.
Amazing. I think that about does it for...
Can my creepy Carlsman, can he be the species that's like literally a fish in a body of water, like a literal body-shaped water? I came across it the other day.
Hell yeah.
And I feel like no one would believe a fish is creepy, but Kalalalu knows.
Is it weird that I want him to be in like a water cooler with arms and legs?
Yes. No, that's so okay. Yeah. Fuck you, Carlsman.
Hell yeah.
I was picturing like a really sweaty guy, and now it's just
I
like
was too at
condensation on like the like the whatever thing of water he's in.
Because they're like, oh, you mean Carlsman's a fish? And you're like, no, he's got wandering eyes, that little fucker.
What type of fish?
Like, oh man, he's probably a puffer fish because it would be hard for me to eat him. Yeah, because I dream about eating them, but I'm like, it would be spiky.
That's tough.
It would be spiky.
Yeah.
Is there like a water spout on the water cooler?
It's the little water. So that's how they urinate. Yeah, they just let a bit of water.
But he's always offering a drink though. Like,
But no one knows. And I can't prove it. Oh man,
He's been pissing in cups this whole time.
He's just been pissing in cups.
Does it taste weird?
I haven't drank it. I know better.
and he's like, because he's a water cooler, he also feels he can insert himself in every conversation. Like,
Yes.
if there's two people talking, he just like settles, like, he just slides in.
He always, any conversation he's in, he's like, water cooler chat, am I right?
I fucking hate you, Carlsman. I'm coming for you, all right, you motherfucker.
In my head, he was one of the Borai where you're like an undead but not. So I was just imagine someone who's like half dead, half alive, like gray and sweaty, with like just walking around the office being kind of weird.
There's also those like weird, like really long guys. That was another one. Like
there's fucking everything. That's the joy and the curse of Starfinder is there are, I think, actually hundreds of species to play from.
Yeah. And fuck this fish.
Fuck this fish.
I really want to get
my catchphrase.
A better idea of all the species, because I don't want to be like, oh, you meet this guy, he's a human. You meet this guy, he's a vest. Like the classics.
There was a really cool cat, like a rainbow cat that sings a lot, and like they can stretch their fat out to glide, and they like bounce on their tail. That was very close for me.
I think that just came out of your dreams.
No, it's real. Maybe
it's
it could,
real.
But it's real.
I've read your diary, Ryan. I know.
Get some Ghibli shit, dude. It's like I'm a fat cat. Whoa! Yeah. I love to sing songs.
Some of them are so adorable.
It's really fun not having played Starfinder, and you guys are like, "There's a fucking freaky cat," and I'm like, "Dude, a Vesk sounds sick."
I think one of my favorite is like they did a pre-gen like adventure a while ago, and one of them was like basically like the space bard is like the envoy where you're like the captain and like the face, like you speak. It's just a giant fucking walrus. Just a giant fucking walrus that's like kind of purple, and that's it.
Wait, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's like everybody's favorite character. He's so good. And he has a gun. How does he use it? I don't fucking know, man. He has a baton actually as well, an extendable like shock baton. I'm like, seeing a walrus try to use one of those would actually make my life. Like, fuck Mudang, I'm here for walrus baton.
Yeah. It's giving Jabba the Hutt, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. I'm very excited to start this adventure with you guys.
Yeah.
Any other questions, things to say before we end this?
No.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Let's fucking lock and load. And next time you see these characters, they will be on a terrible planet having a bad time.
Yeah, bad time.
Woo.